Can you install Doom with just a keyboard? Literally. I am not entirely sure what's gonna happen here. But he wanted me to watch this video because he feels like it's a good video, but it's kind of, not really got that many views. Less views than he hoped it would, so we're gonna watch it. Anyway, we watched this guy's video one time before. He did the, I made Alexa crash a Windows 95 computer. Git clone the Doom Reaper. I don't know. I'm actually not sure. It's 26 minutes, so we'll just watch this one, and then we'll be done for the day.
Doom.
That's how I feel when I beat Erlang. Oh god, this...
Right after I uploaded my last video, I was busy doing all sorts
How's the audio?
things. Somehow I managed to get married, moved twice, and spent most...
Wait, is that the, is that the Samson mic that has the... wait, I think I've used that mic before. Samson mic with a stand. Is it Samson? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Wait. Shit, what is the microphone? Wait, I found the mic itself. It's this thing. I don't remember what this mic is called though. We had a lot of them back in music class in high school.
Of my time trying to make ends meet.
Catch you later.
And as stupid as this may sound, my entire YouTube journey has happened entirely in my own head from this point onwards. Even doing completely unrelated activities, it's the stuff that occupied my mind when
Oh, sorry, that's that is a mini a mini USB B. Just a USB B, or is it, wait, mini USB, is it, wait, B is the flat one, or wait, which one's B? Actually, no, which one's the flat one? It is definitely mini USB. I think it's mini B, if I recall correctly. He talks slowly, my content-rotted brain can't take this.
I made up a whole range of weird inside jokes and entire plots that I'd be able to integrate into all of my following videos for when the time has finally come. But I realized that waiting
Wait, that actually makes it... Wait, that actually worked kind of well. All of his transitions are going to be broken now.
An oddly specific time frame would be quite fatal, at least in my case. Just like your and my time on this planet is fairly limited.
Pardon the interruption. So, just to let you know, the somewhat sentimental speech was recorded in...
Wait, he actually talks at a normal speed at 1.25. Wait. You know what? I think we might have to watch the video like this. Hold up.
...of this year, and I was expecting to get this video uploaded the very same month. But right after recording this, all sorts of things have been happening here, there, and there, which in retrospect were all part of a fully fledged Matrix attack.
I'm gonna put it down
to establish a bit of context, the whole premise of this video is fairly simple. I have a computer that is running bare metal DOS, and
I didn't even know you put it on 1.25.
Want to make it run the original 1993 shareware version of Doom through sheer keyboard input. And I know what some of you might be thinking. Why should I make an entire video about A:\enter and install enter?
I agree.
No, that would be called installing Doom through sheer keyboard input and a floppy drive. You get the idea. So that's what my plan was going to look like. First, pick a target machine with bare metal DOS. Second, turn Doom into a sequence of keystrokes. And finally, shove that thing up the laptop's low bandwidth urethra that is called the PS2 port.
Oh, that's what he means. Oh. Because I was like, oh, you can install Doom with a keyboard. Yeah, of course you can. No, he wants to send it over the PS2 port. Alright, sure.
So when looking at an already installed copy of Doom, it's obvious that I wasn't gonna type that thing in by hand, but rather pretend to do so. But why even? Some of you might be asking.
Good question.
And is this supposed to be like a real-life implementation of some weird chat group law? One might also think. And to be fair, I carried this idea in the back of my head since like 2019, and the underlying punchline or pointe has somewhat been forgone since then. But I'm very sure that I was inspired by the sudden onslaught of bad USB and USB killer script kiddie content from back then. And my very first idea was to make use of this Raspberry Pi Zero that normally serves as my FM transmitter.
Okay.
Where's the link? Where's the exe? Where can I download the exe? Okay, now since we've got the bad USB thingy set up, why don't we take a...
Right, because Mr. Robot appeared. Yes, I know I need to finish Mr. Robot. Yes, I am aware. Honestly, maybe I should just rewatch it again and get to the final season and stop watching it again.
USB cable. Plug that in right here.
What is focus? Just for anyone who's unaware, if you actually want to like do this, my suggestion is don't have autofocus when this happens. Also, has my chat always... How long has it been since my chat's been cutting off the bottom message? Has it always been doing that? Always. I see. Okay, well, I fixed it now. I might be stupid. Yeah, that's better.
And to convert...
Since the troll, I haven't modified it today. I think it's been like that since I made the layout. I've never moved that, so I don't know how it would have been moved.
USB signal. Let's get one of these bad boys involved.
Stop. Don't try to propose this. It's a bullshit approach, and if you want to know why, feel free to look at this video of mine.
No, that wouldn't have moved anything.
Regardless, there was still another thing that had to be taken care of. Even if I managed to get these PS2 shenanigans to work, I'd still have to come up with some huge-ass sequence of keystrokes to have Doom binary files magically spawn out of thin air. And
there was a guy who felt like spamming Lil Bro.
And what is that?
Wait, was that GNOME?
And what is the...
No, that's a Sensible Desktop. Is that KDE? Wait, what is this? Wait, that... Is that GNOME? What is that? Wait, that looks GNOME, but is that an extension? Wait, Cinnamon? Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Boah, geht deine Mutter. And what is that huge-ass keystroke sequence even gonna look like? You might argue that I could just spam all of these data right into a hex editor. Rightfully so. But where's that hex editor gonna come from? Keep in mind, there's just a computer, a keyboard, and command.com, MS-DOS's default command line interpreter.
I did not know that's what it was called.
The is that command.com allows you to do so-called piping. Warum taucht die Scheiße? Command.com allows you to do so-called piping, a process in which you take the output of a command and have that
Unix shells let you do the same
to a
thing.
serial device or a plain file. So when saying echo hello world, the command's output is gonna be, you might have guessed it, hello world.
Sure.
And when telling command.com to pipe that output into a file rather than displaying it, you will end up with a file that contains hello world.
Sure, yeah.
At this point,
Same way the Unix
piping
works.
is like a cute fun fact that's nice to know about, but we are still very far away from Doom. So instead of a plain text file, we'd now like to have a standalone exe that is able to print the string hello world on its own.
Okay.
And things are gonna get tricky from this point onwards. When looking at a bare bones hello world program for DOS, a really simple and straightforward one, you'll realize that some of that bytecode cannot be typed in using a standard keyboard, rendering the whole piping approach useless unless there's a dirty trick that we might use. A dirty trick from the old DOS days that the entire cybersecurity industry still happens to rely on. Look at this string right here.
Okay.
If you would save this as a file and then try to do something with it, that will make all antiviruses except for brain.exe lose their respective shit. And that file is not malicious in itself, but all antiviruses have been Pavloved to treat it as such.
Right.
For testing purposes. This thing doesn't even do anything nowadays, but when run on 32-bit or DOS-based versions of Windows, or bare metal DOS itself, it basically behaves like a Hello World program, and actually is. This was achieved by
Okay. Why would that be? Why is that malicious? I guess you could use it to like middleman pipes? I guess? I'm confused why that sets everything off. Huh.
raw dogging the x86 machine language and making use of the headerless COM file format from back then.
Thank you for the follow, appreciate it.
Only consists of ASCII typable CPU instructions, some bytes of seemingly random data, and the string that it should print. Once loaded into memory, the program would then perform some bitwise operations on those seemingly random data and turn them into executable bytecode that's required to print stuff onto a screen and finally have the CPU run it.
You can disable the follows only mode now.
Write a bare bones hex editor in a similar manner. Have command com pipe that into a file and then use that to hex dump the Doom executable and all of the required
Now that we're long past Erlang, we're not going to have the weirdo show up, at least for a bit.
It's right into the computer's hard drive. And luckily there's an old program out there that can do this ASCII conversion on its own.
Look, if they are, that's, you know, that's fun. But it also could just be regular people that are showing up. If it is a problem, then it can just be re-enabled, but I don't think it is at this point. I think it can just be disabled.
Just give it a comp file and com to text will take care of it. Absolute magic. So I've been mentally undusting my x86 assembly skills during a live stream, ran my binary abomination through com.txt and was basically done at this point. And pretending to be a native PS2 keyboard, that's an Arduino's job. There even is a library for this, so I won't even have to worry about all those technical details surrounding this.
Right, but the library that exists, I would assume, so you can build a keyboard with an Arduino, not so you can dump data over the PS2 port pretending to be a keyboard.
Obsolete protocol. Or at least that's what I have been thinking for many years. But at first I had to desecrate a PS2 cable and somehow attach that thing to the Arduino.
I'm sorry, you're not doing that with your
thing to the Arduino.
Do you not have cable strippers? Why are you doing that with your teeth? Like you don't even need a dedicated tool, like, right? Give me a second. Let me see. Do I have something here? Let me see. Yeah, you don't even need a dedicated tool. You just fucking use a fucking pair of pliers. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't do that with your teeth. What are you doing? Teeth are the best cutters. If you say so. Stop eating the insulation. Resist the urge.
So listen up, here's the situation. I'm rocking this beat all over the nation. With Masterboy Brain Rot, I'm taking you higher to eat the insulation, that's my desire.
Oh,
Hey.
To keep it short, the Arduino seemed to do its thing.
His ISA, yeah,
But
very
when
much.
trying to have it type a piece of text, I ended up with some keystrokes sent twice or not sent at all. And
Is that bandwidth issues? Is that like speed of typing? I don't know if PS2 has like limitations for how fast you can type,
I assumed that this could have been due to bad soldering.
or could be that.
okay. Not a cable issue, just a...
Stop fucking eating the cables. Stop it. Stop. What are you doing?
Just an isolation issue, maybe.
Resist the temptation, keep it tight with amateur soldering, get your circuits right, voices getting louder, feel the power, you dance rhythm, the void will devour. But no, this was a code-related problem. Even when painfully slowed down, the issue would remain, paving my pathway towards agonizing amounts of trial and error,
So it's
and
not
a
bandwidth?
slight loss of temper in between.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way to pull it off like
Oh my
this.
god, he's a fucking nano programmer. Wait, he's got... Oh, no, he's got the Arduino IDE here. Why is there even in nano? What? Do you use nano normally to, like, modify code files? Because obviously this is here so you can, like, easily connect to the Arduino. But, like... Are you actually a nano programmer? I have never met these people. I coded in nano for, like, 3 months. Can you set up, like, LSP and stuff like that for it? I don't even know how to use nano. I open it, I get confused, and then I close it.
So maybe I'm just too focused on this idea of fixing it, of pretending to be the fucking hero in the situation right here. Maybe you have a...
I used it stock.
reasonable
I
approach.
see.
Redundancy and
Why?
checks. Redundancy and checks. At the stage I'm currently at, that's what I believe. I could get the job done faster by hand. To simply get one line, to simply get a one-liner sent, to simply get a... I'm sure with 2 million bytes, this would get out of sync. This would get out of sync somehow. I would have to implement pauses. And then write some shitty assembly code for DOS to wait for some specific type frame so that it is aware that this is now a new line inside of a quadruple of like different lines of a transmission. This is going to be an absolute clusterfuck. I could be faster doing it by hand, doing throughout the entire month, doing like 12-hour streams and typing Doom by fucking hand. I'm very sure.
That sounds like a stream idea right there. There was a VTuber I saw the other day. I think she was using a Commodore 64 emulator, and she was manually typing out Commodore 64 games. And she went through the entire thing, tried to run it, and then it was like error on line 1.
I'm transmitting a checksum. The computer notices. Mm-hmm. The computer's noticing that something's fishy, something's off. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense. The transmitted data don't make sense. What to do now?
I don't remember her name.
I would have to watch that process with my very own eyes, and this is the last thing I want. I could do this by hand at this point. And what if these 10 bytes suddenly become 9 or 8? If I would write the redundancy checking in C, if I would use C, I could use the Watcom compiler and do like and write that whole thing in C. Once compiled, it's definitely gonna be 20 kilobytes. I can't even get these 20 kilobytes transmitted in the first place because it already starts failing at transmitting like these 100 bytes that the hex editors made. It won't work. This is...
Oh yeah, Twitch is trying out some new layouts, by the way.
We are stuck.
We are stuck.
Unless
Unless I get this library fixed, we will be indefinitely stuck. I fucking hate this. I fucking hate this IDE. It looks fucking ugly. It's annoying. It's trying to mimic the VS Code bullshit. Is there some way to do this?
Don't hate on VS Code. VS Code is the best code editor. Hello, how's it going, Pierce?
Nonsense. Perhaps within the terminal. Where's the link? Where's the?
Okay, yeah, that's definitely cinnamon.
To do this compilation.
Where'd it go?
Perhaps
Yeah, that's cinnamon. 100% cinnamon. I don't know if that's on mint, but it's definitely cinnamon.
within the terminal. Where's the link? Where's the information? My goodness. I already hate the entire Arduino sphere just because of their fucking sucking lack of documentation and their philosophy of trying to no-brain their entire their whole environment.
Oh
so
my
that
God.
It's not worth working inside of it.
But before proceeding, I'd like you to listen to some emotional coal burn of mine. The internet as we used to know it is dying in front of our eyes.
True.
Useful information and meaningful content is being pushed away in favor of commercially domesticated brain rot. And I'm doing my very best to
Speaking of brain
counteract
rot, the fucking bullshit we had in the stream before.
this trend by creating educational high-level brain rot instead. The one you might have already seen from 2022.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my. That's how I feel about my content. My content is just high-level brain rot. Hello, I am not a troll. I assure you, I've been watching your video a long time. Glad I was able to catch the stream. Hey, yeah, welcome. This guy is okay. I don't know how long you've been here and how much you've seen. What the guy's doing is he's taking Doom, and then basically trying to pipe it over a PS2 port. Hey, look, he's back. Here. Fucking idiot. Yeah, so he's trying to take Doom, pipe it over PS2 port, and it's not going well. I forgot the first one I did was only a timeout. Yeah, it was like 600 seconds, something like that.
Seen from 2022. You get the appeal, and all the info will be down here. Thank you for listening. Let's get back to the thing.
Okay.
So, what was the underlying problem of the PS2 library not doing its supposed thing?
I've been using this to send keystrokes between two Arduinos from PS2 dev to PS2 keyboard, and there are some issues. Missed keystrokes. So I had to use software serial.h instead, ditching the PS2 Oh my goodness. Oh no. Add mode where
Oh no! Yeah, this right here is the permanent programmer mindset. It's proof that he's already become a big fan. He waited several hours just to repeat his fucking insult. I know he's a moron. The absolute brain of the Zoomer gets timed out in chat once, says the same thing, thinks he's not gonna get banned, comes back, says it again. Like, yeah, you're gonna get banned. Well, you're stupid.
Interrupt will be used to watch CLK pin instead of need to constantly call it using available and key.
Wait, sorry, what was that again?
Available or keyboard hand. Interrupt. Oh no. Add mode where attach interrupt will be used to watch CLK pin instead of need to constantly call it using available and key.
Oh, you're reading this bit down here.
Available or keyboard handle. Oh my. Oh my.
Add mode where attach interrupt will be used. Oh! Oh! So the thing that he's trying to do is on the to-do list.
My goodness.
That is. The library turned out to be the problem.
This is the very same thing. They made a PS2 library, half-baked, practically unusable,
But it's a PS2 emulation library. Fine.
Theoretically. Technically.
No need for others to write a PS2 emulation library anymore, because we have this half-baked thing which is practically unusable. So how do I compile this shit? Documentation, where?
The PS2 protocol, even though it doesn't seem like it, is actually bidirectional. Both the computer and the keyboard are able to send data to each other.
Okay.
So here's an example. When hitting caps lock on this computer, it will make the caps lock LED light up.
Sure.
And intuitively, you would think that the keyboard does this on itself. So once caps locked, it lights up the LED and keeps sending uppercase key codes until it is being decaps locked eventually.
Right.
And to be fair, this was quite the norm for keyboards from the 60s and 70s. Sometimes caps lock was implemented as a physical push button switch. But since the dawn of the IBM PC, this logic has moved into the computer's hardware. So if the computer wants to light up a keyboard LED, it needs to send data back to the keyboard.
Oh. I guess that makes sure it doesn't get misaligned, because you could have a situation where you enabled the caps lock, but it doesn't get enabled on the computer. So it's like the user gets confused, and then it'll always be mismatched. Huh.
The problem now is that both devices are sharing a single data line for this. Once the PS2 host, that's the computer, is trying to send something and the keyboard tries to do the very same thing at the very same...
So I had a look at the guy's, let me just show you something. Open native card. Here we go. The guy made an account 2 months ago. He made an account 2 months ago. I'm almost certain this is a guy who is actually like 13. He like just got his Twitch account, and now it's like, ooh, time to go be annoying.
moment, the keystroke will just go unnoticed.
Oh.
But the Arduino's hardware has no problem whatsoever when having to deal with such timing issues, assuming that there's a piece of software taking care of it, which
Planned this out for 2 months.
PS2
He started following 2 hours ago.
Isn't. So they've been implementing a whole bunch of bloat, such as a ladder to key code table, and allowing for non-standard keys such as email search.
Was there a GT710 in that box?
And allowing for non-standard keys.
Yes, it is. Why do you have that? That was not a good GPU when it released. Why do you... I'm pretty sure AMD's APUs at the time were faster than this thing.
Such as email search and home to be sent over, as if Y2K and Fruitiger Arrow had just called in and wanted to have their silly gimmicks back. So there was no other option left for me than to just DIY it, which both me and some of my viewers actually managed to pull off.
Oh wow.
And then lose most of that footage due to YouTube's arbitrary 12-hour cutoff when capturing live streams.
Yep.
Zwar wollen sie das nicht in Säcken einsammeln, aber sie versuchen es in einer Glasfaser zu speichern.
Thank you, YouTube. But the code was...
I think it's 24 hours for big channels. 24 hours, except it's not, because it cuts off the last like 30 minutes. Yeah, that's fun.
Was there, and I was able to feed the Arduino with keystrokes using its serial interface, and then have the Arduino send those to the PS2 host in a predictable and reliable manner. And another problem has occurred.
Oh?
I tried to have the Arduino type in these echo pipe commands and expected them to result in the COM2Textified version of my hex editor. And at first glance, it all seemed to work. The file was there and the content was also there. But trying to run it as an application would immediately freeze up the machine. Weirdly enough, on DOSBox, this issue has not occurred at all.
Okay.
Doch, da ist ein Unterschied, du dummer Hurensohn.
And after
Yes,
some digging,
whatever that means.
I was able to find out that MS-DOS, in its proprietary glory, has a rather unique and artistically twisted way of parsing stuff and differentiating between commands and parameters.
Okay.
So, do you see this space right here? In the eyes of DOSBox, it's just a syntactically optional thing that separates the echo command from the following meta character, whereas MS-DOS treats it as a part of the parameter string that's to be given to echo, causing the file to contain additional white space at each line and thus corrupting the entire bytecode. And the solution, you might have guessed it, was to simply remove that space character right after each echo command.
Oh, well, good. At
And
least it
at
wasn't
this
anything
point-
extremely stupid.
I wasn't even sure yet if the Arduino has become really, really reliable.
Awesome. Correct checksum.
So in order to check for potential transmission errors, I decided to split the doom.zip into a set of chunks and do a bit of checksumming here and there.
Was ist da? Oh.
Oh. Oh.
What?
So keep in mind that my hex editor thingy is 16-bit only.
Okay.
And it's fairly easy to overfeed the program's buffer, which I also had to learn the hard way, and then finally rethink my strategy. I've copied an edit.exe and a base64 decoder over to the laptop by using my hex editor, of course, and have them send the hex editor into its well-deserved retirement.
Andre, I'm actually surprised that you made it here.
Speaking of bombs, this account is
Brodie
also
collab with viewers when? What sort of collab? What are we talking?
being used for multilingual, politically charged shitposting, all under my clear name, of course, so gaining a subscriber from Ukraine was just a question of time. And I really owe this guy a favor.
Backseat
or two.
coding. Oh
He
god.
just didn't help me understand all kinds of linguistic quirks. He also helped me stay calm during an air raid alert while I was visiting that country. In contrast to another viewer slash personal friend of mine who has sent me this the exact moment the sirens went off. Anyway, let's get back to the thing.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my god. The transmission is complete. Okay.
Progress.
Copy /b d.00 plus d.01 plus d.02 plus d.03 plus d.04
You say oath? I'm sorry.
d d.02 plus d.03 plus d.04
How do you say the earlier numbers correctly and then say Ophir?
d.05
This is peak content.
d.06 d.07 d.08
This is absolute peak content.
09 d.10 copy /b d00 d01 d02 d03 d04 5 6 7 8 9 10
Okay.
doom.zip php nx php copy /b da 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 md5
This is what 300k salary is worth.
md5 md5.exe, doom.zip. So let's compare it. What does it say? Something 22 blah blah 07. Okay. md5 sum doom.zip. That's the thing. We got it. 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 Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
CWSDPMI.
It's an area that I've never really looked deeply into.
Loaded. Unzip.exe. Doom.zip. Destination directory Doom.
Doom.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. CD Doom. Doom. Oh! Oh my fucking goodness, it's done.
I.
Oh my goodness.
What a giant waste of effort that was.
Do you fucking see it? It's fucking Doom. Ah, awesome. Fucking awesome.
So the thing was done. Just done. And I wasn't really sure on how to end that stream.
Ah.
You delete it. You nuke the system.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
You hit the Arduino with a hammer.
So, I hope you don't mind, but I need to end the stream. You are the best, you are the greatest. And like all of my viewers who couldn't witness this and just who will watch this afterwards, you're also the greatest. You're the fucking best.
And the very same applies to this video. So if you are in need of another climactic event, allow me to finish you off with a Slavoj Žižek impression of mine.
The spectacle of the modern day content creator. The digital equivalent of a medieval beggar.
What?
Imagine, if you will, a person holding a McCafe cup. Not in the desolate streets of a crumbling empire, but in the vast, infinite expanse of the internet.
This is a reference to somebody I've never heard of before.
Where the clicks and likes serve as the new currency. This, my friends, is the perfect embodiment of what I call the McDonaldization of begging.
What the fuck was... what was that? Okay, sure. This guy makes weird videos. Yeah, I don't know how to explain what we just saw.